Hi everyone, it's Kelsey. Today I wanted to do a video about long-term injuries. If you watched my last video, I think I mentioned that I have a stress fracture in my left foot. If you're wondering, it's in the first metatarsal. A lot of people ask me where. It's like all the way across my first metatarsal next to the arch. And it has been a struggle. I am obviously out of dance. That's why I've been doing most of the videos lately, because I have the most time. Just since Kirsten's still at dance and I just have to sit around at the apartment. I just wanted to do a video about how I'm dealing with it, what the process has been like, and maybe it'll help any of you who might have a long-term injury or even a short-term. I think it might be beneficial to anyone who has been injured, will be injured, which might be almost everyone. Anyways, so I have a lot of points to make, so I wrote them down. That's why I'll be looking down sometimes. But the first thing I wanted to talk about was, if you feel an injury coming on, go to the doctor right away. That was a huge mistake that I made. It's a long story, but I ended up kind of being in denial about my injury. Just dancing any time that I could tolerate. If it was anything tolerable, I would start dancing again, which was such a ridiculous idea. I don't know why I did that. And it ended up being a whole month before I went to the doctor. I was in such denial about my injury. And once I got to the doctor, he was surprised whenever he was like, "Oh, you've been dancing on it, and you do have a stress fracture." I was not expecting that at all. And so learning to deal with that was pretty tough, because I wasn't even expecting it. I thought it was just like a sprain or something. And so go see the doctor right away so you could start the healing process faster. But also how to deal with some news like that. Like, you'll be out for at least like, I think initially it was 4 weeks, but now I'm doing like another 3 weeks. I think I might come back at the 6-week point. Learning how to deal with that is tough. You just have to pretty much tell yourself, and it is true, a lot of other people go through this, even professional dancers, as in their student years. I'm sure that it was a rocky road for them too. It is for anyone. Injuries happen. And just because you have an injury like this doesn't mean that your life is over, that you can't dance anymore necessarily. It was rough for me because while I was sitting out like every other day pretty much, that month before I finally went to the doctor and I knew I was injured, I was watching my class and I could just see myself slipping behind. I felt like everyone was improving so much and I just couldn't, because I had to sit out all the time. And then just hearing that I would have to sit out for a long time after that was pretty rough, because once I come back, I'm sure I'll be far behind my class. But, you know, it's just part of the experience. Other people have gone through this, and if you work hard enough and smart enough, not just hard enough, then I'm sure I'll be able to catch up to them. Also, if you want to think really positively, once I come back, I'll be a clean slate, and I will hopefully make it easier to kick like my bad habits before I had to stop dancing for this injury. And maybe that is true. If you look at it that way, I think it might be a lot easier to come back. Just try to fix all your bad habits, because you have to kind of put dancing back into your body. It'll feel like really awkward at first, but maybe that'll just help you kick your bad habits once you come back to dance. And my friends are saying with that I'll be like back up dancing with them in no time, and I'll fit in with the class easier. But besides just that tough subject of coming back to dance and being behind your class a little bit, I wanted to talk about use your time out for the better and be productive. So you could look back on your break for this injury and you could feel good about what you accomplished and what you did. You didn't just, like, a lot of people think of these injuries as just like life wasters, and they'll be doing nothing for the weeks that they'll be out. Be productive so you could feel good about all the time that you spent out, and you didn't accomplish more things dancing, but maybe you could accomplish more things that you needed to do in your life anyways, like school, or I'm working harder on our YouTube channel and I'm getting more videos done. So that's like better because I might not have been able to do that while I was dancing all that time. You could also use this time to find what you really want to do and reevaluate your situation. For some people, it makes them want to find something else to do with their life. For some people, like me, it just makes me want to dance even more. Whatever opposite end you're at, it's totally fine because what you're supposed, like your happiness is important. So if you're not happy dancing, then you're gonna go find your happiness doing something else, and that's perfectly fine. So be productive on your break, and also just reevaluate your situation. And also my next point is take care of yourself and really make sure you're doing the most you can for your injury, nursing it so you can come back faster and stronger. Just like, for instance, I am, if you watched my vitamins video, I am loading up on bone supplements. So my bones grow nice and strong and my fracture heals. Just do what's best for your injury. Try to stay off of it as much as you can because no matter what it is, your knee, your hip, your foot, just the least activity for like the worst part of it whenever you just get the injury, the most rest is the best for it. And then, you know, just follow your doctor's instructions to the best of your abilities. Also, just take care of your total body wellness so you could come back strong. It's okay to enjoy your break for a while, but I would recommend at least 2 weeks before you think you're going to come back to dance. Try to get back in shape as much as you can. I know it's difficult whenever you're injured to exercise the rest of your body, especially if it's like your foot or something, but do what you can. You know, I'm going to try doing more crunches and just exercises like that without hurting my foot, and eat well, all of that, so you could come back in good shape and all of that. And speaking of coming back, I know this is so tough and I'm going to probably not follow this rule, but whenever you come back, try really hard not to be too hard on yourself. I know it's so difficult, but trust me, like, I know that I'll be really tough on myself because you look in the mirror and you're like, bah, I'm just not doing well, and that first probably like week at ballet is just probably not going to be good at all. You just have to accept that and try to get yourself through it. Because even though you know in your mind it's ridiculous to think that you're going to come back perfect and it's just going to be all fine and dandy, you just somehow, every time that I get in the studio, I just expect that, and it's so difficult to not be hard on yourself. You might be thinking, not only do I not think I look good, but you also might be feeling bad about yourself, like, oh, what do all the rest of the people think of me since I'm not doing so well now? You just came back from an injury. I am sure everyone will be sympathetic, and if they're not, they're just mean. Just do the best you can, but don't push it too hard, and don't be hard on yourself. That's another point. Coming back slowly is important. I know that whenever you first come back from especially a long injury, I'm sure that you're excited to dance and all that. But I know this is another one that's like rough for me to do. I always want to, whenever I'm ready to come back to dance, I want to go as hardcore as I can. But I know I'm going to have to like just do a slow, simple bar for a while and then build myself up from there. I know it's difficult, but just try to go back to ballet slowly. You don't want to shock your body and then get more injured or go back to your old injured state. So basically, just the main thing that you need to remember is don't let an injury like this get you down, because a lot of people go through it and you'll live, I promise. And you can get through it. You could catch up with your class. It's all possible. Anything is possible just as long as you have perseverance and hard work. So I hope that all my advice helped you, and just good luck with all your injuries, and I hope they heal well. Bye!